Hello student, today I would like to introduce a new chapter, the Trio. Okay, it was written by R.K. Narayan. Just want to know about R.K. Narayan. See the profile. Let us look the profile please. Right, R.K. Narayan. You want to know about R.K. Narayan? Okay, he was born in 10th October 1906 and died in 30th May 2010. Is it 2001? Is it okay? Okay. Full name. What is his full name? Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Narayana Swami. His full name is very long one. What is it? Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Narayana Swami. Okay. The short form is R.K. Narayan. Okay. Was an Indian writer known for his works set in the fictional South Indian town in Malgudi. Yes, most of his fiction, the story happened in the place called Malgudi. That's a South Indian town, Malgudi. There, most of his characters were originated. Okay, he was an Indian English writer. He was leading author of early Indian literature in English. Okay, and more about Kanarayan. The fictional town Malgudi. Malgudi is a place in South India. It's a town. Malgudi was first introduced in his work, that's Swami, his work name called Swami and Friends. These are the two important work of Narayan. First one Swami and second one Friends. These are the two works wrote by Narayan. And Malgudi, I already told, it was a South Indian town. It is a South Indian town. Just first introduced in the book, what is called Swami. Okay, then here is most of his works centered around, most of his characters are centered around Malgudi. Okay, the trio is the renamed title of the second chapter of Swami and Friends. Okay, then which has originated title Rajam and Mani. Rajam and Mani are the character in trio. Okay, that's about our Canara. Want to know English, Indian English writer, and he introduced South Indian town Malgudi, and most of his characters focused or originated from the town Malgudi, right? Okay, let us see the trio. What is trio? Trio here says about three friends, that means boys, their relationship, their feeling, their disappointment, their anger, their frustration, everything is mentioned in the chapter trio. Okay, let us see trio. You want to know what about trio Canadian said. Okay, here is some caption is there. Let's read that one. Let's look. The story Happiness Mission. Okay, the story Happiness Mission conveys that happiness cannot be materialistic. Yes, we already know that. It is a state of mind. Definitely, it is a state of mind. Happiness is, of course, it's a state of mind. We already seen it. Did you read it? Did you write this? Everything in the Happiness Mission, right? Okay, these are some of the photos of Happiness Mission. Is it? Okay, now Happiness Mission failed in their attempt. That's just mentioned here. Okay, but we want to take Trio. Okay, and it comes from our relationship with other people rather than from material things. What we feel happy if our relationship are smooth and mind its peace. Let's read a story, The Trio. The Trio is a story of three boys, their friendship, their relations, and their frustration, anger, disappointment, every common feelings is included in the chapter, The Trio. Okay, it was written by, see that, R.K. Narayan. You already know that R.K. Narayan is famous Indian English writer. We want to know that. Okay, he is beautifully mentioned a town. What's the town name? Yes, Malgudi. It was situated in South India, right? Most of his characters are focused from Malgudi, right? So, just we want to know about more about that. What is Trio? I already told. It was a story of three boys. Their feelings, frustration, anger, and everything is beautifully narrated by R.K. Narayan, connected to some of the geographical background of Malgudi. Trees, mountain, that means a garden, or we can say that a temple, rivers, everything very neatly portrayed by R.K. Narayan in his story, The Trio. Okay, let us see the trio. There's first of all says about the name of a river. That is, river Sarayu was the pride of Malgudi. There was a river in Malgudi. Its name is Sarayu. Okay, it was 10 minutes walk from Alaman Street. A street also mentioned in Malgudi. That street name is Alaman. The last streets of the town. The town is, we can know that. What is that? Malgudi. And there's a river here mentioned, Sarayu, and the street also here mentioned, Elaman streets. Okay, chiefly occupied by oil mongers. What do you mean by oil mongers? Oil mongers means the people who sell oil. You know oil, not the vehicle oil. It's a domestic oil. That means Elana, Velichanna, like that. Is it? That means the most of the people who are staying in a particular street, we can call them oil mongers. The main occupation, the main job is to sell what? Oil. So they are called as oil mongers. So they produce the oil and distributed oil or sell the oil. So the most of the people in that street, Lemon Street in Malgudi, their job here is oil mongers. It's sandbanks were in the evening resort of all people of the town. That means most of the people I told their main job is oil selling, oil producing, and after completion of the work, they take rest in the sea bank. Bank means Tiro. That means near the sea. They group together, they talk together, they discuss together who these oil mongers, the people who are staying in Lemon Street in Malgudi, we can call as most of them were occupied as job, oil mongers, selling oils. Okay, the rest they have to in the evening they have to stay together in the banks of Sarayu. Okay, it's a place, it's a resort place also. The municipal resident took any distinguished visitor to the top of the town hall and proudly pointed to him Sarayu in moonlight. That means it is an attractive place. Most of the visitors are sometimes came in order to see the beauty of the town, beauty of this river Sarayu. Okay, so in the night it became very glittering, shiny, and Sarayu and Malgudi, Elm Street, everything is very fine, and the people also very fine there, like a silver belt across the north. Sarayu's descriptions here mentioned. Sarayu is a river. It's beautifully located in the place of Malgudi, and it is look like, or it is glittering, shiny like a silver belt across the north. So that's the first paragraph. What's about first paragraph? The trio, the three friends. Okay, the river mentioned in Malgudi. That river name is River Sarayu. Okay, then street also mentioned. That is Ilaman Street, and the people also mentioned. The people are mostly occupied the job of oil mongers. Okay, they produced oil and distributed oil. Okay, okay, then the description of the city is more attractive. Tourists came. It is connected to resort. River is banks is very attractive, especially during the night. It just glittering, shining like a silver belt across the north. That's about the first paragraph. Akanara beautifully portrayed the situation which happened in Malgudi and its people, and its nature also described beautifully. Well, we want to go second paragraph. The usual evening crowd was on the sand. Okay, usually I already told after the walk, the people came and sat together and discussed together and take rest in the banks of the river. And the important character of this story, Swaminathan. Swaminathan and Money, both are friends. Swaminathan and Money. Remember the two important characters. First one Swaminathan and second one Money sat aloof on the river step. Okay, they are sitting in the river step. Aloof means alone, don't discuss, just have to quiet mum with the legs dangling in water. The legs are put in water, and they are sitting in the banks of the river. That's why it is not it's too deep, the water. Okay, they simply enjoy the beauty. Okay, to Swaminathan and Money. Okay, the people, sorry, the people branches overhanging the river rested pleasantly. Okay, there's a river's branches are hanging, and it reflects in the river, in the sea. I mean the river. And the trees, there is a tree there, and the tree branches are now seen in the river as its reflection. A light breeze, the climate also here mentioned by Kanara. There is a breeze, light connected to its breeze. Okay, a small breeze. Breeze means cut wind. Okay, played about the bogas and the scattered stray leaves on the gliding stream below. Okay, they are sitting, they are enjoying the climate now. Birds fill the air with the cries, and the bird sounds also we can see here. Far away, near Nalapa's mango grove. Yes, mango garden is there. That's we cannot call as garden, it's called grove. Okay, mango grove is same like flower garden. Okay, who's the owner? Nalapa is the owner. Actually, it is happened in Karnataka state. Okay, so the name Nalapa also there. Another character, very innocent villages are here mentioned. Swaminathan, Mani, Nalapa. Nalapa's garden is there. That means grove is this. What's that? They cultivated mango. Okay, a little downstream. Okay, a herd of cattle. A cattle sound also. We can see there. A group of cattle also, herd of means group of cattle also we can see was crossing the river. What's the name of the river? Sarayu, right? And then the country cart, that means bullock cart. There was no transportation in the way of scooter, bike, car, or lorry or something. Bus is not there. that time they are walking more distance, and at the same time they sometimes using bullock cart. There is no proper transportation at that time in that particular village. Okay, okay, bullocks pass the, okay, okay, then this cartman humming hello to the cartman has to, then driver of a bullock cart, we can call as cartman, is use his voice in order to control the bullock. Okay, it was some 15 minutes past sunset. Okay, sunset is now going to ready to set, and Mani and Swaminathan watching very decently about this sunset. And there was a soft red in this west, yes, soft red in the west, and anytime the sunset will happen, Swaminathan and Mani, all villagers are now in the evening. Always, there are so many sounds also mentioned here. Bullocks sounds, the bird sounds, and river also mentions, and the people also mentioned. Cartman also mentioned here. Nalak was also mentioned, and his mango grove was also mentioned. So many, and the trees also mentioned, and river branches, I mean trees branches also mentioned. So the second paragraph fully, completely says about the importance of nature and how the nature influences the people in our life is also mentioned by Akenara and very beautifully. So this second paragraph says about three characters also introduced here. The important characters are here is Swaminathan and Mani, and another one is Nelapa, and this all happened in the town of Malgudi. Okay, I already told. Okay, so these are the beautiful scene we saw in the description, the way of description of Akenara, right? So okay, then the water runs very deep here, doesn't it? The first dialogue is spoke by who? Mani. That's Mani and Swaminathan sat together near the river. At that time they didn't talk, but now they are ready to talk. They talk in this way. The water runs very deep here. That means there is too much deep in the water. They sit in the side of the river, I already told. Doesn't it? That's Mani asked. Yes, why? Swaminathan replied, yes, very deep water here. Why? Why you ask such kind of a question? Swaminathan asked to Mani. I am going to bring Rajam here. Another character is the Rajam. Okay. So Swaminathan, Mani, Rajam. These are trio. Okay. Rajam here. Bundle him up and throw him into the river. Okay. First ask the question. That means Mani asked, is it any very deep water in this river? Okay, then Swaminathan said that, yes, it's a very deep water. Then Swaminathan said, why do you ask such kinds of questions? Then Mani said that, I want to bundle, that means catch, control the legs and arms and pull our enemy, Rajam, in this water, in the deep water. The enemy we can mention, Rajam may be the enemy. Okay, what want to do there? That is Mani wished to want. Bundle means kettuga. Yes, bundled his enemy Rajam and pulled in this river. Oh. So we can understand the character Rajam instead of Swaminathan and Mani. Maybe their enemy. Okay. Okay. Rajam was fresh arrival in the first year, and here mentioned about the school. In this village, there was a school. In that school, Mani and Swaminathan studying, and there was a newcomer in that school, in that class. That means class A. Okay, first A who comes out, a new student. His name is Raja. Okay, Rajam before mentioned. Okay, he had what's that? Sanctuary into this class on this reopening day of the second term. He came in the middle. That means here say that center. That means it's in the middle of the school. At the middle time. That means in the time of school will mostly open in June. Okay, here is after December or in the middle. He came that newly come in the school. Who Rajan. Okay, walked up to the last bench. Okay, he came and walked up to the last bench. He sat in the last bench, sat beside Money, and felt very comfortable indeed till Money gave him a job in the ribs. That means he's used to uh, give some kinds of work which he returned. Okay, he had impressed the whole class on the very first day. Raja is not a bad student, he is a good student. He's impressed the whole class and he sat in the last bench near to Money. He was a newcomer. Yes, Rajam is a newcomer in that school. She dressed very well. Who? Rajam. She was the only boy in the class who wore socks and shoes. No other students in the school or class used socks and shoes, but Rajam, newcomer, is used socks and shoe. Okay, okay, then fur cap. Okay, there is a cloth made fur, and that cap also he used, and tie, even tie also used, and wonderful coat and knickers. So Rajam is quite different from other students in that school. So his peculiarities, character sketch also here mentioned. How he dressed, how he wear clothes, what are the things he wear. Okay, everything is here mentioned. See, all right. So this is a description of Rajam, a newcomer in that particular school. He dressed in very differently, and at the same time, he is a very different student compared to other students. So he sat in the last bench of that school near to Money. So Money didn't like exactly Raja. That's why he ready to bundle him and pulled in the river. Okay. And so these are the things you must know. The next, he came to the school in a car. Okay, Raja, I think he was a rich boy and came here school. He dropped by car. That means in the village, it is very difficult to transportation, only one or two car. That's a very rich people already use. And this Rajam, I think, is very rich boy, and he is dropped by car. Well as well as all this, he proved to be very good student too, and he also studied nicely. Everybody liked him. He got too much marks in the examination. There were vague rumors that he had came from some English boys' school somewhere in the Madras. So it is said that what he was came from some other parts of the country, that he came from other parts, especially an English school, right? So he can speak, or he could speak very good English. So everybody admired him very interestingly. So here the situation came in different way. Most of the students are interested about Rajan, but at the same time, some students, especially our Money, couldn't understand Rajam. So that's why there comes too much struggle between Rajam and Money. So this is the situation going on here. The rumors are spread in school. What was the rumor? The rumor is that he came from very famous English school. That's why he speaks in English very nicely. Okay, especially in the school from Madras. Madras means Chennai. Okay, he spoke very good English, exactly like a European. He speak in English very differently. That's in just like a European style. Who? Raja. Which mean that a few in the school. Okay, which mean that few in the school. What happened? Yeah, few in the school like him very much. Okay, what he said, many of his classmates could not understand properly because he's speedy in English, and in order to trust themselves to speak to him, most of the students are not go and speak to him. Okay, they're fond of broken English, being yes is fond of their English is they consider as a broken one. That's why they didn't speak with him because his accents and pronunciation of Rajam is very high level. He came from Madras or Chennai, especially English medium school. So that's why he spoke very nicely. And at the same time, what happened, other boys, they don't like to go near to Rajam and spoke because they believe their English is, what's that, not proper and correct. So that's maybe the other students maybe put some distance. All right. So that's the things we have to explain here. You already said it. No, you already said it's too much. The characters here came. Who are they? Most important one, Swaminathan, and another one, Money, and the next one, Rajam. Okay. What about Money and Swaminathan? They are thick friends. They are staying in Malgudi. They are Malgudi native, whereas the newcomer came in that village. His name is called Rajam. Is it? Okay. What's the difference between Rajam and Swaminathan and Mani? Rajam's appearance quite different from other schoolboys, and came from some other parts of Chennai, and that's why he had his own caliber and ability to speak very good English. So students didn't like to go near and speak because they understood their English is not good. All right, and in meanwhile, uh, the special appearance also attracted some other students also. Okay, and I already told that trio means three boys friendship story, and we can understand how they became friends. Let's just see. Okay, so all right, then okay, here is where is Berber. Okay, here is the Rajam was okay. Here is the paragraph he came here school in a car. We already say that the genuineness of class. Okay, had this courage to force him, though his English sounded halting and weak before that Rajam. Okay, so that's another character sketch of Rajam. We can understand he spoke very good English. That's why everybody liked him, and at the same time, some of them was not came in front of him because of the shame in English. Okay, that's a character sketch of Rajam, and I think you can take next classes afterwards. All right, that's about today. Okay, trio. Don't forget trio means the three boys' friendship and actions.